We are cozy boys. We got our blankets.
15-pound weighted blankets.
It's snowy outside.
We leaning back in our chairs.
And we leaning back.
We cruising.
So, what I want to do first is I'm going to run back an audio clip of our previous podcast.
Okay, you going to throw me under the bus?
I'm going to throw you under the bus.
You're going to throw me under the bus.
So, we'll run the clip right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit I want to do this summer. I'm kind of done with winter, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. I remember a day it was like 73 in December, and I was like, oh, dude, this feels nice. I wish it was like this year round.
Oh, I couldn't do it.
But you said you couldn't do it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm done with winter. Okay. Well,
I don't remember exactly what you said, but it's something along the lines of, I'm sick of winter. Oh, no.
Yes,
done with winter.
yes, I was. And to my... This is... How? I just pulled my hair. This is my thought process through winter. If it's not snowing, but it's -3 degrees outside...
Fuck it.
Fuck that. But if it's snowing, I'll sip hot chocolate, I'll get my cozy corner... And I'll feel myself.
So we were supposed to get like 6 to 12 inches of snow, but weatherman, they exaggerate.
I think we got at least 5.
I
was walking out there earlier. I think we got at least 5.
Were you walking where it naturally fell, or were you walking where shit got like plowed into higher?
No. It was where it's naturally like nobody touched it, but it was light snow, so a lot of it got blown into certain areas. So 5 inches is in between the low areas and the big areas.
Well, regardless, we were supposed to get up to a foot of snow. Weatherman shouldn't be a thing because they always exaggerate.
Yeah.
And they're always wrong.
They're always wrong.
We got what, 4? A healthy 4?
A healthy 4. We'll say healthy 4.
Flirting with 5 in spots.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah. Anyway, we got a lot of snow. Michael's talking shit about winter. Oh, I'm done with winter.
Yeah, a week ago I was said, fuck that.
Snow comes. Michael's drinking hot chocolate all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Michael got a sled in the mail.
First of all, the sled was unintentional. My mom gave me that for Valentine's Day. An early Valentine's Day present.
Go pop it then. Go throw it away.
I'm not going to do that.
No. Michael's drinking hot chocolate. Michael has slippers on. Michael gets to stay home from work because he don't want to drive. Michael's getting all cozy.
It's when
Mr. Fuck Winter.
It's when the snow hits that I turn into that person.
Which, I'll allow it.
But... like, when it's just fucking... My nipples are hard, my sack's in my stomach, type cold, and there's no snow on the ground. Fuck that.
The snow does add a little extra oomph of comfiness.
It's
to the
so...
winter.
yeah.
So I'll allow it. I'll
allow it.
But if there's no snow on the ground, and I see you fucking drinking hot chocolate...
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm pouring the hot chocolate into your aquarium.
No, you don't do that. You can throw it down the drain, but you ain't doing that. Snow's just so it just looks comfortable.
Yeah,
it's fluffy.
Dude. One of the best things about like going on a hike in the snow or being in the woods in the snow or just out in nature in the snow is it's so quiet because it
muffles the
insulates
sound.
Everything.
Yeah,
mm-hmm. I really like that it's quiet. Makes it quiet outside.
That and it's scenic as hell. I just walked down to the creek. Parts of it was frozen. Some of it wasn't. Like the waterfall area wasn't frozen. Oh my, that's a screensaver.
Scenic is all. Is that the word scenic?
Scenic.
Scenic is all shit, and it's a good time to like make art with.
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna fucking put a picture of that fucking tree now because that tree is probably the best tree I've ever done in my 23 years of doing art.
And he's talking about the tiny tree on probably the left or the right side out of the whole scene.
Yeah, dude, it's such a good tree because like the it looks so natural. I think the way the branches like kind of droop because they got the weighted snow on them.
Yeah,
it's a good tree.
And whose idea was it to put the snow on them?
Mister, I don't like winter. That's whose idea. Mister, I don't like winter.
Yeah, you properly threw me under the bus there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think we got one more snow in us.
You think? Now, if we get to March, April, we start getting some snow. I'm be upset.
Mid-February, I think, maybe.
And I think this is self-diagnosed, But I think during the winter when it's cloudy all the time and dark, I get not real depressed, but I'm definitely not as happy as I am.
Yeah.
Just naturally in the spring, summer, and fall. I think
This might be a little jumpy, but I feel like you're already climbing into it.
Climbing into it.
Yeah.
Potentially.
I feel it.
But it feels like it's just cloudy all the time in the winter.
Yeah.
All the time. Like, very rarely do I feel like it's sunny and snowy outside. It's always fucking cloudy. It's like, ugh. It's pretty depressing.
Foggy, gray. Yeah.
It gets real depressing. You know what's fucking not depressing?
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. And the Kansas City Chiefs not going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I'm kind of proud of that. So in between episodes, the Chiefs lost.
The Chiefs lost.
The 49ers lost. And the Rams are going to the Super Bowl to face the Bengals.
And Big Joe Brrrrrrrr is going to the Super Bowl, dog.
I hope he wins. I don't think so, but I hope he does.
I hope he wins too. I don't think he's going to, but I also didn't think he was going to go into Tennessee and beat the Titans, who are the number 1 seed, and then go
into KC.
And then come to KC, beat the Chiefs, which were the number 2 seed.
That's ridiculous. You never know. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, his interviews are so funny.
Yeah, I've been watching.
He's so funny.
He looks like old cuz from Home Alone.
Yeah, I saw a tweet the other day. It was like, so going into the Super Bowl, these are our 2 quarterbacks, and it showed a picture of the Home Alone guy, but he's all grown up, so he looks like Joe Brrrrrrr, and then Elon Musk. so
because of Stafford?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I never made that connection.
Really?
Wow, that's a striking resemblance.
So
I think about it.
yeah, everybody's saying that it's gonna be the Home Alone guy versus Elon Musk.
Dude, you want to talk about a wasted career? I thought Stafford was just a shitty quarterback. I didn't. know he was
the Lions.
Good.
It was just
the
Lions.
Lions. I didn't know that.
Fuck them.
First,
the Lions,
is this his?
dude.
Yeah, this is his first year.
Yep.
Out of Detroit, and he's in the Super Bowl. Crazy,
bro.
Kind of sad,
because he did what? Probably 3/4 of his career was with the Lions. I think he's got it.
Yeah, I don't know how old he is or how much time he has left. He looks relatively young.
Yeah,
but so does the 44-year-old Tom Brady. He looks like he's 32.
Yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm.
Old boy retired though.
Old boy retired. Boy, I hated Tom Brady because he always beat Denver. It was always the Patriots, and way 5 years ago it was Denver and the Patriots for the AFC Championship. Kind of how it is with the Chiefs and the Bills now.
Yep.
Fucking hated Tom Brady. Fucking hated him.
You gotta respect him though.
Yeah, I think he's the best athlete.
I agree with that statement.
To walk the planet, maybe. I don't know a whole lot about older athletes like your Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's. I didn't say that right. But your Muhammad Ali's, I don't really know how they impacted their sport. But since I've been alive, Tom Brady's the best at football
my lifetime
compared to anyone else in their sport.
Serena
Williams may sneak up,
well,
but I feel like she hasn't dominated just how Tom Brady has,
But you also got to think, dude. This came from Serena Williams' mouth. She said in an interview that if she was put into the guys' league, she couldn't take them on.
Yeah, so I guess if you want to put gender in there, Tom Brady has an advantage.
Yeah.
If Serena was a guy playing guys,
I mean,
maybe she'd be the best.
Yeah, I feel like
Tom Brady.
I feel like we do have to put a female in a male category.
Yeah, so I think Tom Brady's the best, and Serena Williams is the best in her.
She's crazy good.
I don't hate Serena like I hated Tom Brady.
No. She's got a lot of weird commercials, though. I will say.
I haven't seen any.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
She had one, the movie Wonder Woman was coming out, and she did one. It's the same template, just different movies.
Yeah.
So, the Wonder Woman movie came out, and it was some guy, looking through, I think, Spectrum or some live stream thing on your phone. So he's like, oh, we can watch Serena Williams or we can watch Wonder Woman. And then it just keeps going back and forth, and they get faster and faster. And then all of a sudden they merge.
They mesh.
Yeah. Same thing happened when The Matrix came out just recently. So now they have
I heard
Matrix one.
I don't watch movies, obviously, but I heard that was some
It was
dog water
yeah.
content.
Yeah, I mean I haven't watched any of the Matrix, but
Really? That shocks me. You haven't seen The Matrix?
Nope.
I mean, I haven't, but as big of as a movie guy you are,
yeah,
and as big as a name that is,
it's on my list to watch The Matrix, but it just I don't know. It's something about those like older-ish movies that kind of just don't hit my liking.
Like when was The Matrix made?
I don't know.
80s?
I don't know. But like even like with the first Jurassic Park, it was like, it was cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it because of the content itself, or like the quality of the movies compared to
what I'm used to? Yeah, I think it's because it's like, all right, well that was very poor CGI.
Yeah.
But the storyline was great.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the quality of the movies it isn't what it is now.
Yeah, and I remember watching movies as a kid and then trying to go back and watch them again. Like we watched King Kong.
Yeah.
I remember that movie. The CGI was so fucking good. Like, this is so realistic. And then 10 years later, watching it again, like, oh, this is fucking terrible.
Same with video games. Like, old-ass video games, PS2, PS3. It was like, oh, shit, these were great-ass graphics when we were kids.
Yeah.
But now we go back and revisit them.
And now it's dog water. Dog water.
Okay, it's a circle with 2 dots for eyes. That's the deal.
Have you seen the Unreal Engine? The new Unreal Engine they're working on?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh wait, did you show me that?
I
think you did.
It's of the canyon.
Yeah.
Dude. People they're still a little off.
Yeah.
But like in terms of environments and lighting and shadows,
they have it down.
It's pretty much there. It's pretty much there.
Yeah.
5 years, it's gonna be there.
I mean, in 5 years, we're gonna have the metaverse.
Yeah.
And people are gonna be just into it. But the thing that I don't, this is, I thought about this the other day. It's so mind-boggling how into the metaverse people are, but they do not take care of the physical self. Yeah. Like, in order for you to be in the metaverse, you have to be alive. You have to have a home.
Yeah.
You have to have equipment. But it's not like you can just...
I think people say this is an opportunity for me to have the life I want and not the life I have.
Yeah.
And so they're putting more resources and they're more excited about that. And there's eventually going to be a point in our history, and it can't be further than 10 years down the line, where people are going to be able to live lives that are better than the ones they have. And it's
100%. But I'm saying
it's Wall-E type shit, people sitting in computer chairs and going into leaving Earth, and it's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
But I mean, you have to, like, in order for the metaverse, this is how I'm saying the metaverse is working in my head, or what I've been seeing, is you put on your goggles and you walk around and you do your thing. You live a different life in the metaverse, right? Mm-hmm. But you're still relying on your physical health to put you into the metaverse. To walk through the metaverse.
I don't think you are.
You don't?
What do you mean walking through the metaverse? It's not like controller type shits?
I don't think so. Well, it might be now, but I'm saying like Ready Player One type shit. In the future, you might have a suit and a treadmill that allows you just to walk in all directions.
Yeah. I bet we'll eventually get to the point, though, to where you could walk and it feels like you're walking, but you're not walking.
As in...
Like, sensory suits and stuff are going to be so...
Yeah. Have you seen Ready Player One?
No.
Probably not.
No.
Ready Player One is... it's a movie about a civilization that has been overcome by, like, the VR aspect. Mm-hmm. So, a lot of people go into the Oasis, or the metaverse. It's called the Oasis in the movie. And they lose themselves. So you see, there's a couple of scenes where, you know, people are in, like, just storage containers. That's their living, that's their home. Oh. But they spend all their money on suits that they have these feelings.
Oh, dude.
I really recommend watching it.
That's what it's going to be, dog.
But...
how can it not be?
I know, but see, that's the thing. It's like, people are going to spend all these money on your virtual life when you're not going to take care of your physical life.
Yeah, that's going to be so interesting.
You have to prioritize one thing. Because I think the mentality that people need to go into the metaverse with is it is a video game, essentially. It's not going to be taken that way. whatsoever. It's going to be taken, okay, this is my old alternate life.
Right.
But you have to go in thinking it's just a video game.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you lose the physical aspect.
It's life A and life B, and I like life B better, so fuck life A sort of deal.
But you have to have life A to survive with life B. You're not being downloaded into the metaverse and you have your own avatar controlling by just like numbers and like ones and zeros.
I'm excited to see how it all plays out
Me
throughout
too.
our lifetime. I think we're living in a real. I mean, every person that's ever lived has said this, and it's been true for them. But we're living in the best possible time to ever live as a human being.
I think we're the worst.
I disagree.
I think we're the worst.
What do you think's the best time to live on this planet is?
100 years from now.
Well, no, that like. Okay, that I could say 200 years ago. I'm talking like from now to the beginning. Obviously not the future.
Oh,
but
okay,
everyone who's lived in that time frame has said this is the best fucking time to live, and it's been true because they've been the most recent. But I'm real excited to see how all this metaverse shit and just technology in general compounds and how crazy it's going to be by the time we're in wheelchairs, you know?
Do you think we'll ever be downloaded to AI?
Yeah, I think...
You think our life is going to extend into an AI's life? Or we're going to have physical downloads of our consciousness and put them in robots?
Yeah, I think personally, I think there are two options with humans and technology. Technology is not going to stop advancing because humans naturally
want the progression.
Want progression and making better things.
Yep.
So either the computer and the technology is somehow going to be smarter than us and destroy us, or we're going to have to merge with it.
I think we're going to merge.
Because we're not going to stop the rate of technology advancing.
Oh, 100%.
Physically impossible for us humans
it's
to do
exponential.
that.
It's exponential. It's not linear, it's exponential.
So I think unless we merge, then we're fucked.
And I think we're closer to merging than ever before with Elon's neurochip.
Yeah, and I think we're smart enough as humans to understand our natural tendencies as just an animal on this planet, and I think we're gonna merge. I think we're smart enough to know we have to merge.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're fucked.
It goes along. We still have to be the top of the food chain sort of deal. So if the strongest beings on Earth are gonna be AI and robots and stuff, we gotta figure out how to put our consciousness into a body like that.
Yeah. You think by the time we're dead?
Yeah, 100%. We'll be into a different body.
Yeah, man, because I guess think about it. In the 20 years ago, technology was fucking ridiculous. Like,
have you seen any of the testing that Elon's on with the neurochip or whatever it's called?
The one you get implanted
in your brain? Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Oh, I think he put it into a monkey.
Uh-huh.
And the tests he had doing were just ridiculous. So like they'd start him off slow and just have like digits 1 through 10 on a screen in front of him, and he would learn how to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all the way to 10 or 20, and that was just just completely on the screen, no blinking, no nothing. It's just counting to 20 basically. And then he went further, and he flashed it for 30 seconds. He let him look at it, memorize where everything was, turned it off, and just had blank squares without the numbers on them, and he'd figure it out. Wow. And then it got faster, so it'd flash for a second, memorize it, and then he'd follow it. Seconds.
Wow.
It's crazy. And Elon's saying, it could fix blind. So, like, any receptors in your brain that tell you you can't see, it's going to fix it. Any physical disabilities, muscle diseases, all that shit.
So essentially, do you think we're gonna get to the point to where we don't deteriorate, or like our body doesn't deteriorate, and we could live as long as we want?
The physical body we are in right now is forever decaying.
Right, but do you think we'll eventually develop technology that could pause that decay until we decide we're ready?
Pause the human body's decay? No. I don't think. I bet you. The possibilities are endless. So I assume there is something out there that can do it. But I think we're going to have an easier time finding a solution to transport our consciousness than to stop or preserve the body. You see what I mean?
Yeah. I would imagine we get to the body before we get to that shit, though. Because I feel like the body's like a step towards other dimension, like messing with our consciousness and stuff. Like, we know so much more about the human body than we do about consciousness.
Yeah.
So I feel like stopping the decay of the human body is a stepping stone to greater things that we don't understand in terms of like transferring consciousness and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I don't know. Okay, like what you might know this, I don't. But what causes decay in a human body? Like, do your cells just slowly just stop multiplying?
Old Father Time. Like
what? How does it work?
I believe it's the rate at which cells regenerate just naturally
just
slows down.
Uh-huh. Maybe we'll find a thing for that.
Like nanobots, you put them in and they're like...
Yeah, but then at that point, are you considered a human body? Or are you considered somebody who just has nanobites? Or a machine?
So like the Terminator?
Yeah.
Like, am I human or Terminator? I'd argue that right now, with that logic, right now, we are Terminators because you can't live without this phone for more than a day. Well, you could. Like,
no.
But like realistically,
that's detachable. I wouldn't consider your phone.
You can't detach from this.
No, physically, I'm detached from it. Physically.
Okay, physically.
That's what I'm saying. Physically, like the human body. This isn't a part of the human body. Your phone is not a part of the human body.
No.
I'm saying, like, if you put nanos in you, they're not coming out. Unless you physically want them to take them out. And then once you take them out, you're dead.
But you have that choice, right? Just like you have the choice to drop your phone.
It is similar along some lines. I see what you mean. But, like, I feel like your phone isn't helping you. The nanobites, or the nano guys will. They're beneficial.
Your phone's not beneficial? Like, you couldn't have a job.
To my health? To my human health?
Yes.
You think a phone is beneficial to me, to my human health?
Fitness apps, looking up, Googling recipes, Googling what's wrong with me when you have symptoms. Like, when you're sick, you Google what you're feeling, and it tells you, like, how you might be able to help, or if you need to go to a doctor.
Yeah, but I feel like it's just an external reference. It's not something that is physically helping my cells regenerate themselves. Or physically helping my hair grow. Or physically fixing my body instead of looking up the symptoms of my body. I agree with that. Okay. So, to go back to the point, I think nanobots, at that point, I feel like you're... What do they call human and robot? What do they call that?
A what?
A human that has
AI?
robotic parts.
AI?
Is that AI? No, AI is
the
artificial
like
intelligence.
the prosthetic arms and legs.
Yeah. Like if you had a metal arm, or if you just had a metal leg or toe or something. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know what it's called. But the Terminator type stuff. So when you have the nanos, are you considered Terminator?
I think we're Terminator right now, dog. Because
but the phone...
But it's not physical, but like you put all your thoughts and information into this. You like put your questions into this through Google. You put stuff in your notes. You watch stuff. You learn stuff from this.
But you're referencing it. Like you're just referencing... You're just pulling stuff from your brain and putting them on another device.
Right, which is your brain in this device. Your conscious, not consciousness, but
it's storage. I think it's storage.
Yeah, it's storage.
It's an external hard drive, basically. I don't think your phone helps you come up with the ideas that you put in your note. It's just something to store the information that you have.
So do you not think the entity which carries all this information us humans have put into this phone is an entity or storage? So like we all Google stuff, we all listen to music. It's collecting data from every human that has a phone. All that data is somewhere, right?
Yeah, the cloud.
Is the cloud an entity or is the cloud
Storage?
Because I'd argue that the cloud is an entity.
At that point, it'd become an AI, right?
Because
You think the cloud is an artificial intelligence because of the amount of information it has?
It's just got a brain. It doesn't have a body. It has a brain though.
I think it's storage. I think it is strictly storage.
Like if you put arms and legs and a goddamn head on the cloud, it's a fucking entity, dog.
You're just putting shit in a box, basically.
Yeah, you're not putting rocks in a box. You're putting millions of people's intellectual
and everybody
thoughts into a box.
Yeah.
Which is, you know where else your intellectual thoughts are? Your brain.
Yeah, and we're taking them out of my physical brain and putting them in storage. So that other people can reach inside this universal storage, the cloud, and use what my brain gave to the box.
But if you
it's a little confusing.
But if you put an arm on the box, then it's just
a box with an arm. There's no intelligent.
You don't think AI is intelligent or an entity?
Artificial intelligence is its own thing. The cloud is different. The cloud, it is.
It's not.
The cloud is storage. AI is artificial intelligence, which is a physical consciousness.
It doesn't have consciousness.
AI?
Yeah, humans have consciousness. An AI doesn't know it's an AI yet, at least.
Artificial.
It's a small cloud inside a robot, and that small cloud is giving the robot ability to like talk and blink and give facial expressions.
I'm looking at the definition of artificial intelligence.
Okay.
Because I can't spell.
Like, I don't...
Alright. The theory and development of computer systems able to perform tasks and normally require human intelligence, such as visual perception, speech recognition, decision-making, and translating between languages.
So you don't think the cloud can translate languages?
No, Google can. Google is, like...
Google is... Well, how's Google different than the cloud? Besides, like... Google's not a physical arm you put on a robot. Google's Google, you know?
Yeah. But Google's just a search engine. You search it, it comes up with topics.
But it's the way the cloud collects data, so it's the cloud. You don't Google something and it doesn't go to the cloud, you know?
Perform tasks. So, Google is intelligent because it is performing a task to search what you search for.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know the point I'm trying to make anymore.
Me neither. I did. But like, I feel like the cloud.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're just trying to group everything into the cloud. When the cloud is different than Google, the cloud is different than Snapchat.
Okay, answer me this. How is Google different than the cloud?
Because Google is doing
or task. Not a part of the cloud.
Google is doing the task. Google is doing the task of searching of what you looked up, basically.
Okay, so it's...
And the cloud is basically Google referencing or pulling from the cloud. You see what I'm saying? The cloud is the internet, whereas Google is the one picking information from the internet. But you don't think they're the
same thing?
No.
Or like part of the same thing?
I mean, they're both...
Like Google gets the information to the cloud and pulls information from the cloud to perform tasks, right?
Yeah.
So think of this analogy. Your ear takes in information for your brain.
Yep.
Your brain, or then your mouth pulls the information from your brain so you could perform a task and talk. So I think Google and like these search engines are like a part of they're the cloud. All technology is the cloud. Anything contributing to this stockpile of information in this one place is part of the cloud because it's just like your ear to your brain is.
Okay, but what I think is different is your brain versus the cloud. Your brain has the ability to learn, to progress, to achieve a goal, basically. Whereas the cloud is just your memory. You know what I'm saying?
No, and you know what? Fuck it, dude. I want to talk more about the fucking Chiefs losing. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, we kind of just fucking went off, and then
I don't know what the fuck is going on. But I'm born in Denver. Baby boy was born in Denver, 1998. Grew up a Broncos fan. My first fucking outfit was Broncos, I believe. My entire child, like my dad, super big Broncos fan. My grandpa, super big Broncos fan. And so naturally, I was raised as a super big Broncos fan, right? And I live in Kansas City, and I'm a Broncos fan. So obviously, growing up as a Broncos fan in Kansas City, it's rough. It's not like bullying type rough, but it's like, bro, shut the fuck up type rough when the Broncos lose or the Chiefs Chiefs beat the Broncos.
Especially recently when the Broncos kind of suck and the Chiefs won Super Bowl, went to the championship.
Yeah, they've been to 4 straight. They've hosted 4 straight AFC championships, I believe. I don't know if they hosted or been to, but they're good, right? They're good.
So, the city gets cocky because everybody's starting to become good.
Yeah, and everyone gets cocky.
Yeah.
But there's a few places you don't want to live where you're not the fan of their team, let alone their fucking biggest. I don't want to say biggest rival recently because the Broncos have been dog water recently. But like, you don't want to be a fan of their rivals. You don't want to live in Philadelphia and not be an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
You don't want to live at the time in Oakland and not be a Raiders fan.
Yeah, no.
You don't want to live in Dallas and not be a Cowboys fan. And you don't want to live in Kansas City and not be a Chiefs fan. Because I feel like the Kansas City Chiefs fan base, they'll get on you.
100%.
They'll get on you. And same with
the Red Kingdom.
And same with any NFL franchise. But growing up, man, it was just every time, it was rough. Because I'd go to school, all Chiefs fans. I'm the one Broncos fan.
Yeah.
And so if the Chiefs ever beat the Broncos or the Broncos lost, I'd get so much shit talking to me throughout the day. And I'm okay to be like, if you want to talk shit to me, cool.
You can hold your ground too.
I hold my ground. But when it's literally me and like throughout the day, 100 different people are talking shit, it's like, oh, dude, fuck off, buddy. Nah. Like by person number 78, it's like, fuck off, buddy, you know? And so I fucking hate the Chiefs, and I hate when they win now, because I think when I was a child, it was such a, not traumatic experience, but it's such a pain in the fucking dick mentally to like go to the fucking school and just get shit talked the whole day. Yep. So now, even though I'm older and my group of friends of like fucking 4 or 5 people is pretty close, none of them talk shit to me when the Chiefs win, but I still cannot help but actively root for the Chiefs to lose.
Yeah. And I grew up not giving a shit about the NFL, only watching the playoffs. I was the complete opposite. I never had a team, so it was more, the reason I wanted to see the Chiefs lose was more because of this bandwagon city, dude. This bandwagon city. After Mahomes, the god of Kansas City, became the all-star he is and won his first Super Bowl, the city turned red.
Yeah.
It went from blue to red because...
It was really blue in 2015 when the Royals won.
Yep.
I don't see many Royals...
Not anymore.
...fans.
Even in the summer.
Nowadays.
Even in the summer. You see Chiefs. Yeah. You see red. Little annoying because 3 years ago, you didn't see that shit.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty... Part of it's natural because I think...
it's common. It is common. Yeah. But it's just like, really?
It's natural because then the team starts trending. And it's not to say it's like, it's good for the city. Like, what's happening with the Chiefs is good for the city financially.
The morale.
They're getting clout, the morale. I like Patrick Mahomes, right? I like what he's doing for the sport of football because he's changing the quarterback position. I think he's bringing a lot of new young kids into football. And I think the NFL has benefited and grown since he's been in the league.
Yeah, nothing against the team. The Chiefs.
Fuck your team. No, fuck your team, though. Fuck Patrick Mahomes' team. I hate the fucking Chiefs. I like Patrick Mahomes. Hate the Chiefs. But going back to what I was saying, I think it's natural for bandwagons to happen because of all the stuff with the city. Plus, as a teenage girl, if you're going to post some shit on Instagram, you're going to wear a Chiefs shirt, right? Because if you fit in with your friends, blah, blah, blah.
Nah, I don't have a team. I don't have a problem with the team. I do have a problem with people who are fucking nuts about him.
Yeah, but
just all of a sudden. Because, I mean, football does bring out a weird side in a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot. I mean, look at Jackson Mahomes. Look at Brittany Mahomes or his wife.
Soon to be Brittany Mahomes, yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's little uncalled for.
Yeah, I think that's just fame in general, not necessarily football.
Well, their fame was unintentional because it's brother and fiance.
Isn't that crazy, though, that the same the city of Kansas City hates Jackson Mahomes and hates Brittany, but
loves
it's crazy
loves Patrick
That's
Mahomes.
funny to me that it's just how that family dynamic is that they have the most loved person in the city and two of the most hated people.
Yeah. In the same family. Yeah, I saw a comment on one of Jackson Mahomes' saying is like, how can two people make you hate an entire team?
Yeah, dude,
team.
I saw so many of like the USA maps, and it said who America's rooting for to win the AFC Championship, and then all the states except Kansas and Missouri were for the Bengals.
Yeah.
And I think part of that's because Joe Burrow's Joe Burrow, and he's fucking sick as fuck.
Yeah.
But a lot of that too is not liking Jackson Mahomes and Brittany. In Brittany.
Dude, every like badass like video or cold moment that Joe Burr has, it always ends up like reflecting when he was playing for LSU still, smoking that cigar in the locker room.
Yeah.
It's such a cold picture of him just sitting there on the bench in the locker room with the jersey on, pads, smoking that cigar like he didn't give a shit.
But yeah, man, Sunday, I want to tell you this story.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, it was Sunday.
Yeah.
Chiefs lost. And part of the bad thing about hating the Chiefs is when they lose, my friends are like kind of down, which kind of sucks. And when they win, knowing they're genuinely happy is kind of like, okay, at least they're experiencing some good things. I fucking hate that their team's the Chiefs, and I hate the Chiefs themselves. But, but Sunday happened, right? The Chiefs lost. I'm like, all right, cool. This is a good time. This is a good time. Because I'm a Bronx fan. Obviously, don't want to see the Chiefs win. This is a good time. I really like what's happening right now. My mood shot up after I watched.
Yeah, you're sky high.
I'm sky high. I'm also at the end of work. It was about when it happened.
A little tired.
A little tired, right? But I'm still happy. I'm like, oh, dude, this is such a good fucking time. I'm on my last stop, and it's across the street, like this busy street. And I get my package out to me. I'm like, all right, cool. The Chiefs has lost. My shift's over. The shift's over. I'm about to get off. I'm about to go home. I'm a happy boy right now. Real happy boy. I cross the street and I'm like doing like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm like doing the Tom Hawk shot. And people are driving by. So this is my way of talking shit. Like, oh. And I'm dancing. And I drop out the package. And I turn back around to cross this big street. And I look both ways. And I start running back across the street. Yep. And on the corner of the street, I see this house. And there's 3 people at the front door. And one of them's a real big dude, and he has a Chiefs hat on. And so I'm like...
Big as in buff or big as in...
Just big boned.
Yeah.
If he wanted to eat me, he could fucking munch me down.
Okay.
And he's kind of just I don't look at him, but I see him out the corner of my eyes, and I kind of glance over, and he's just like on the porch just looking at me. I'm like, okay, the first thing that comes to my mind is like, okay, his team lost 30 minutes ago. He's hot and he's hot and ready. Little Caesar type shit.
He want to fuck you
He's
up.
probably pretty angry, and he sees this dude in a Denver Broncos hat like doing the tomahawk chop,
yeah,
dancing around. He's probably a little upset and a little annoyed at me. I bet he wants some fucking.
He wants some beef.
He wants to
fuck
eat me.
you up.
He's mad. He wants to take out his anger on someone.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a Denver Broncos guy right there. I'm gonna take out some anger. So my thought is, I see him. My thought is like, okay, I just gotta get to my van, and we're good. Pull out. Like I'm close to my van, so I start not running, but like I'm doing my dance and skipping a little faster, a little faster. And I get to the door, and I hear, "Excuse me, sir," and like in a girl's voice.
Yeah.
Like, what the? Did his fucking wife come out or some shit? What's going on here? Excuse me, sir. 2 girls in Chiefs uniforms.
Age?
He's like maybe a little older than me.
So
25
to 27
26, 27, that ballpark. There's a brunette and there's a blonde. They both got drinks in their hand. Both
probably plastered.
Not plastered, but not sober. And the blonde one goes, well, they start talking at the same time at me. And I hear, while they're talking, I hear $20 and I hear twerk. I'm like, okay, hold on. One at a time, y'all. One at a time. And the blonde says, my friends inside say they'd give me $20 if I come out here and twerk on the Amazon driver. I'm like, oh, this situation got a whole lot better because I thought I was going to get eaten by goddamn Shrek in a fucking Chiefs hat.
But it said you're getting twerked on.
But she wants to twerk on me? And then I think, okay, cool, but I don't really know you, shorty. Like, I don't really know what kind of fucking cooties you got.
Yeah,
fuck I look like, dude. Fuck I look like. Initially I was excited and was like, fuck I look like. And then I was like, so do I get $20? Because if I get $20, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, no, I get $20. So I was like, dude, fuck I look like. I don't know you. And then I was like, wait, if you give me $5, we can make it happen. She's like, yeah, I'll give you $5. I'm like, bet. And so the big old Shrek dude comes with his phone because she wants to get a video for proof. And she starts doing her thing. Thickness, 6 out of 10. Not thick, not skinny like me. Technique, a healthy 9.5. She's a healthy 9.5. So she starts going and starts her videotaping. And the first thing that comes to my mind is, hey, dumbass, Amazon vest. You got that on. And you're standing next to Amazon van. You can get fired. If this, like, not that it's going to go fucking viral, but if the wrong person sees it, and there's a lot of Amazon drivers, if it gets around to the right person, which is not hard to do with the amount of fucking Amazon workers there are anywhere, you in some trouble and you probably gonna get fired. And like, hold on. Chill out, shorty. Stand up. We're gonna do this over here. Let me take off my fucking vest. Get away from the Amazon man. We'll run it back. Right? So I take all this shit off. Starts doing it. I got my hands in the air. It's like, yeah, $20. Pay up. Record me. I get $5 out of it. Yeah. I go home. Not home. I go back to my work. And I buy some Snickers bars, which is my favorite candy in the world, right? 2 free Snickers bars for letting the dorks twerk on me. And not only that, I think the best part, the only thing better than the Chiefs losing was me being in my fucking Broncos hat as a diehard Broncos fan with a dumbass bitch in a fucking Chiefs jersey twerking on me after they lost 30 minutes ago. Dude, such a euphoria that fucking moment was. It was such a good time. I was such a happy boy.
And when he came home, his sack itched.
And I came home, dude.
Oh, you came home, you threw everything down, you just started
clapping.
Yeah.
Dude, they're out the fucking playoffs.
And we just get to chill for the Super Bowl.
Now I could chill for the Super Bowl and not be so fucking stressed. Yeah. And I hate that I'm stressed. Like, at the end of the day, this shit is not that important.
No, it's not. And I don't
because it's infinite, and I don't understand why I actively hope for someone's downfall. Because it's just not right. But I can't help it because I think a lot of it comes from my childhood and just fucking being in the environment that I was as a Broncos fan. And I don't like that I watch a Chiefs game so I could see the Chiefs lose. I wasn't hoping the Bengals won. I was hoping the Chiefs lost. And I hate that I'm like that. but I can't help it.
I
can't change it.
I remember we were watching the regular season. We were watching the Chiefs play the Chargers, and you were like, "If the Chiefs lose here, it helps out the Broncos tremendously."
It does help out the Broncos.
And then
that was my excuse to myself.
Yeah,
it still was true, but it's what I told myself.
But then later,
later,
close to the end of the game, he's like, "By tremendously, I mean about 30%."
Yeah, about 3%.
Yeah. So was it really worth it? And guess who won? The Chiefs.
Yeah. You know the Broncos haven't beaten the Chiefs for 13 in their past 13 matchups, Michael. That's like 6 years. That's fucking crazy. I went from like when I was real young and first started understanding what football was and everything, the Chargers were real good, but the Broncos were always there and the Chiefs sucked fucking dick.
Dude.
And the Broncos shit on the Chiefs up until 2015. We got a ring. Yeah. We dipped.
I feel like the Chiefs have been mediocre until Mahomes came along.
Yeah, they were mediocre to dog water.
Yeah, they were lower. They were mid-tier, low mid-tier. Yeah, it was always the Patriots, the Green Bay, a little bit of Green Bay.
And they've always been pretty good.
Yeah, they're kind of in and out.
Not like the Patriots have been.
The Patriots are Patriots. Who else has always been up there, kind of since
we were kids?
Yeah, us growing up. Who's always?
I remember the Chargers being really
49ers
good.
49ers too. Recently,
I don't know about them.
Recently?
Yeah. Like they get. I will say they've gotten far in the playoffs, but they've been always a pretty low seed in the playoffs. Ravens have always been pretty good. Steelers have always been pretty good.
Did I send you? There was some sort of TikTok that I sent you. It said it's been 14 or some amount of years, a good amount of years, without these 4 things in the Super Bowl. One of them was Tom Brady. The other one was Aaron Rodgers.
No, it was...
What was it?
So, in the past 19 years, either Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, Peyton Manning, or the 49ers team have been in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
One of those 4 have been in the Super Bowl for the past 19 years.
That's ridiculous.
And this will be the first time.
It's not.
It's not one of those 4. Which I didn't realize, but god damn, that's a lot, dude.
Oh, yeah. Did you say Manning?
I believe so. Peyton Manning.
Yeah. Brady, Manning, Roethlisberger, and the 49ers. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. But let's talk about fucking TikTok lives.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about TikTok lives and how fucking ridiculous they are. The algorithm is not there.
Yeah, some things genuinely confuse me about how it stays up, and then other stuff
just
severely
immediately get taken down.
It's just censored and taken down, which is true with all of the media.
I think just somebody's controlling the
except
media.
for Spotify, because they let Joe Rogan speak his mind.
That is true. Except, did you hear the recent backlash that he's getting?
Oh, you mean that? Yeah, I have. And I guarantee you, 98% of those people have never listened to a Joe Rogan podcast.
No. They're just...
And I understand they're
leftists that follow the people or the opposite opinion of who he had on.
I understand that...
or those 2 artists or whatever, whoever they were.
I understand the stereotypes or the... What's the word? Presumptions that people have of Joe Rogan, of him being like a meathead and goes...
Yeah.
I understand it. Goes hunting. But calling his podcast a spread of misinformation,
bro, you know how many different
is rough.
Yeah,
because
the amount of just guests that he has on, wide variety of guests, both left, right. You know, he's got Neil deGrasse Tyson on there. He's got MMA fighters. He's got boxers. He's got recently he had doctors, people who created vaccine equipment. Like, he's had everybody on that podcast.
He's genuinely a curious person, and if you listen to his podcast, you could tell he just wants to learn. He corrects himself. He argues. He's okay with changing his mind.
Yep. He just wants to spread the truth.
And I don't think he wants to spread he's not as concerned with spreading the truth as much as he is with learning. Like, he doesn't care that his podcast is as big as it is. He just wants to learn. And so when people say his podcast is spreading misinformation, I have a hard time with that because he's not spreading anything. His podcast is just what it is because it's obviously good content. Yep. Obviously, you could look at his ratings. He has millions of people listening. CNN, Fox News, these big, quote-unquote, big medias, which aren't big anymore compared to podcasts.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands of views. Nowhere near to Joe Rogan. But when people say it's a spread of misinformation, I think the word misinformation is now being defined as...
You're wrong, I'm right.
It's being defined as... If it's not what big media says, it's being labeled as misinformation.
Yeah.
If it's against the media, it's misinformation. The media can't have any misinformation.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
The media's right, we're wrong.
But they're giving definitions.
They're right, I'm wrong. Sort of
to situations it's just not misinformation. It's different ideas. Different ideas aren't information. They're different ideas. Something's misinformation, but me arguing with you, if I have an opinion with you that's different, and I'm arguing it with you, what I'm saying I don't see it as misinformation. It's my point of view, and it only becomes misinformation if I'm spreading it with the intent to harm.
Yeah. Joe
Rogan's not doing that.
No, it's called Joe Rogan Experience for a reason, because it's his experience. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't understand how you can take... I mean, you can, because a lot of those people on there they have good information. They have valid information. Elon Musk has valid information. Right. He's just taking it in.
Yeah, he's interviewing him. He's asking. He's learning. He's reading people's books before they come in, so he could better understand.
Yep.
He'll have gay body. I listened to one recently, a gay bodybuilder, and then who's on the left, and then some gay professor who's on the right.
Yeah. He's had left, right, gay, straight. He's anything you've named it. Mm-hmm. He's had it on his podcast.
And people say he's far right, but if you listen, he grew up in a very poor family. He lived on food stamps. He depended on the government. He's a for the people type of guy. He's not left. He's not right. He's a for the people. Yeah, people say he's right and he's anti-government. He depended on the government. He understands the need for unemployment, for food stamps, for welfare. He also understands the importance of the right to own weapons, or firearms.
Yep.
The right to free speech, obviously. He's on both sides.
I mean,
leave him alone, man.
Yeah. He paid how much taxes when he was in California?
That's why
and everybody's saying, yeah, I know. And everybody's saying, oh, he's against the government. Dude, he paid not trillions. He paid good amount of money to the government while he was sitting in Cali. So, I mean,
listen to a podcast and then come back to me.
On.
You know, listen to a podcast.
Do your research before you start talking shit.
And that's never going to be a thing, because whatever gets the clicks gets the money. Yeah. So
I mean, if you want to show your ass on TikTok and it not get taken down, by all means.
Or if you want to be reading a book and the camera's only on the front half of your body and you're just pushing against something.
So it looks like you're having sex. Yeah. There's three different views that I see females on TikTok lives. One, the reading the book and acting like you're getting fucked from behind. There's that one. There's the next one. It's let me just do yoga in a fucking bikini.
And face away from the camera. So only my panini's in the camera, right?
Yep. And then the last one, which is a little bit weird, and I don't know why it gets 15,000, 20,000 views constantly. But I see people having 3 pixels of their ass in a fucking live, just looking at a wall. And somehow it gets 15,000 views.
Yeah, and they kind of jump up.
Yeah. They'll just sit there with 3 pixels of their ass in frame and just move it ever so slightly. And people just stare at it?
Oh, there's some people down bad, dog.
Bro, you could literally just Google that shit if you're really that desperate.
Make y'all money, I guess, but...
And then you find the occasional man trying to fucking cut wood or do some weird ass task, breaking ice. I don't know.
Yeah.
God, dude. Females can get away with so much shit. So much shit.
Yeah, they can because
they just use their bodies.
We're hungry for it.
Yeah. No, men are just. It's our fault. I think it's our fault because we gave them the opportunity to do that.
Yeah,
to us.
and that's how it worked. The older you get, I think there's a popular saying that girls decide who gets fucked, men decide who gets married.
Yep.
And so the older you get, some of these hoes, they start getting the need to like want to be taken and want to be like settled down, and then they start getting real panicky and like, ah, shit, I'm not the one in control here anymore. Growing up, they're the ones in control. We give them that power. But I feel like as soon as you start to hit your 20s, definitely your 30s, late 20s, it switches.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we did it to ourselves. We did it to ourselves.
And we'll continue.
And we'll continue to do it. There's nothing's going to change.
Best believe we're going to continue.
Nothing is going to change. I'll chase ass. You chase ass?
Yeah, I'll
chase ass.
I'm not going to decline it. Yeah. Do some shit for some... a wife? Oh, man.
You got any TikToks?
Got one.
TikTok time.
TikTok time.
TikTok.
So this is a funny TikTok, but I also want to ask a question.
Question before or after?
After we watch it.
Who you gonna be with?
Who you gonna cuff?
Obviously, who I'm gonna cuff? None of them. But
You gay?
no.
He's like, but there could only be one option left.
Yeah.
You must be.
Yeah, you gotta be gay, nigga. Come on now.
If nigga you love say, hey, I want to piss on you every fourth Monday.
My nigga wanna piss on me?
Yeah.
Piss on me then, nigga.
Okay, what's your question?
Piss on me then.
What's your question?
Would you let someone piss on you, Michael?
No, not at all.
I think you would.
Me? You think I would let somebody piss on me? Why? Why would you? Why? Like, what makes?
Dude, love
what
makes you do some crazy shit.
Yeah, but what makes you think I would allow somebody to piss on me?
I don't know.
Really?
Michael, you just built like the type of person who lets someone piss on.
Did you ever piss on yourself when you were a kid?
Dude, I thought... I've never told this story. It's going to be a little embarrassing.
It's fine.
I thought in order to... Yes, I have pissed on Piss on myself?
Piss on yourself.
Yeah.
I have too. I mean, like, you're just laying in the shower.
I couldn't give you any instances of like when I pissed my pants.
I could.
But I thought... When I was little, I thought if you wanted to get a hoe pregnant, you had to pee in her, right?
Pee in her. Now, what did you know of the hole, or did you just think...
I knew there was something... There was a hole. I didn't know... This was like when I was... Before sex education. Little bitty boy. I knew there was a hole. I was like, I just got to piss in there, and then a baby's going to come out that same hole.
Did you think it was a butthole, or did you just...
I think I did, because I only went off was...
What was
myself.
What we have.
I was like, all right, well, I know they don't have this, and the only other hole there is
the butthole. So you gotta piss in a butthole.
So, dude, I remember I couldn't... Oh, this is so embarrassing, dude. I was probably... It was in the old house. So I want to say I was like 4 or 5. Nah, 5's kind of old. Maybe... No, 4 or 5.
5? Did you move when you were 5?
Yeah, I think it was... So maybe 6. 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And I did move on the side. So maybe 5 or 6 years old. I thought people get... And I thought people get pregnant by getting pissed in. Right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily like girls get pregnant, but I just thought they got a hole and we got an easier way to piss. Like, how's a girl going to piss in a guy's... It's going to be impossible.
Yeah,
we got like our own little stick to shove in there.
Yeah.
But I was going to... Oh, it's so embarrassing. I was going to the bathroom, right? I was taking number 2. So I peed. I peed in the toilet. You know when you take a number 2, you go pee and then you poop.
Yeah.
You pee a little.
Yeah.
And so I'm peeing. Okay, there's obviously pee in the bowl.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when you poop, you get some splash up. Right? Yeah. So I'm sitting here in the bath. It was in the basement bathroom. 5 or 6 years old. I pee. I poop. Get a little splash up. It goes in the hole.
In the hole?
I mean, not
Well,
in the hole, but like on it. I think it's in the hole.
Yeah.
Am I gonna get myself pregnant? Is the first thought that comes to my head. Am I gonna have a baby? Pee, which I know for a fact is what I gotta use if I want to get a bitch pregnant. It just splashed up into me. Am I gonna get pregnant? Genuine concern. Genuine. It's so embarrassing.
How long did you like wait till you're like, this is cool?
Well, I knew
I'm not gonna get pregnant. Like, were you like, did you know that it took 9 months? So like, were you waiting 3 months to see any progression?
I think I knew it took. I don't remember if I knew it took 9 months, but I knew after several months, if you are pregnant, you're gonna see
a lump.
A lump.
Yeah.
So I did wait for that lump. I waited to see if my stomach would grow, and after a while, it was still
flat.
Nothing. So I'm like, all right, I'm cool. And then learned about sex education a couple years later. I was like, oh no. I'm never telling anyone this ever in my life.
And here he is talking about it on the podcast.
And here we are, boys and girls, because I'm in a good mood because the Chiefs lost.
Bradley, my youngest brother, when he was a little kid, he had a similar situation with the splash up. But he thought the splash up was some monster in the toilet that was trying to get him. So there was a couple of instances when he was little. He'd sit on the toilet, he'd get a splash up, and then all of a sudden you would hear "Ah!" and running out of the bathroom butt ass naked.
Thinking some fucking snake was getting him or some shit.
I guess. I don't know.
Oh, man.
I've definitely pissed on myself.
Yeah, so you letting someone piss on you?
Nah, dude.
No.
You?
I'm pretty open. I'm pretty open. If I
feel
love
like I'm
someone,
open, but I'm not gonna let somebody piss on me.
like I'm not letting someone piss on me. I'm open for people I don't love in terms of like freakiness.
Yeah.
So for me to think if I did love them, I'd imagine I'd be even more open. And I don't know.
Okay, I'd
probably have to get something out of it.
This is a very educational question for me. And I might be very dumb for asking this, but I just don't know the answer to it. When a girl squirts, is it piss or is it its own thing? It's its own thing? Okay, I figured it was its own thing, but like I had no idea.
It's its own thing.
Because I mean, I'd get squirted on.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's
cool.
different. That's a different ballgame than piss.
But
you're not
get pissed on.
You don't get pissed on?
Nah, dude. If some girl squatted over my stomach and
your
just
fetish?
fucking.
I mean, I don't want to get pissed.
Waterfall on my.
I don't want to get pissed on, but
I did hear. There's. I don't know why I remember this, but when I was doing like rec baseball when I was a little kid, one of my teammates, his dad, which was the coach, was dating another teammate's mom,
mm-hmm.
and they broke up in the middle of like our rec team, whatever, like our season,
like in the middle of the season.
In the middle of the season, they broke up in the middle of the season,
No.
and my curious ass was like, "Why did they break up?" And the kid, the coach's kid, goes, so I think my dad pissed on her."
How old were you?
I was probably 12. I say 10 to 12 era.
I think my dad pissed on her.
and then that was it. And I mean, I was like, all right, well, I guess if you piss on somebody, they'll break up with you.
Note to self, don't piss on nobody.
Yeah.
Oh. Alright. We there?
Well, that was a good laugh at the end.
6 in the books.
6 on the books.
6.
That's all she wrote.
Much love. Much love.
Adios, fellers.